Just so you know, Jacqueline, you're on camera. If you're okay with that. It's Alrighty. So we'll take a moment just to feel your heart. So if you'd like to bring your hands on to your heart, feel free. Or maybe one hand on the heart and one on the belly. That can be nourishing too. And you can just start to turn your inner gaze to your heart. And feeling the beat of your heart. And feeling your heart as the center of your temple, the body, or you might think of it as the hearth of your temple. And I invite you to call the energy of your heart back home by just tuning into the beat of your heart. You can feel so tender-hearted in these times, feeling little bits of our heart being broken open for the world, for loved ones. And as you call your heart home, notice how much of your heart you give to yourself. It can be so easy in our culture to criticize ourselves, to think ourselves as less than. When we really tune into the heart and just feel the presence of our heart, we can find love for ourselves. Just like lighting the fire in the hearth and home. So just let your breath empty out, your shoulders relax. The hands can just drop to your lap. Then we'll take a breath in and just let the arms reach out to the side and up towards the ceiling, like you're gathering energy from the sky, and bring it down to your heart and then down to the earth. Reaching out and up, gathering that celestial prana, and then bringing it to the heart and into the earth. And do that one more time. Deep breath in, reaching out and up. Bringing that energy into the heart and down to the earth. Great, and then we'll come onto hands and knees. And as we move through cat and cow, see if you can feel all dimensions of the heart. So as you breathe in, lifting the head, opening the chest, feeling the front of the heart. And as you round the spine, press into the hands and knees. Maybe you feel the back of the heart. Breathing in and lengthening, lifting the head. Maybe you feel the top and the bottom of the heart. Exhale, coil. Maybe you feel the sides of the heart. Just following your breath. Inhale, opening and lengthening. Exhale, coiling in. And do that one more time. Spine lengthening as you're opening to your cow. Feeling that contraction, the rounding as you come into cat. And then finding your neutral spine. Press down with the left hand and take the right hand out and up. Breathing in. As you exhale, reach underneath the left arm. Breathing in, reaching out and up with the right hand. Feel the spiral of the spine. Opening of the heart. Exhale, coil in. Maybe feel the back of the heart open. We'll reach out and up one more time. Then as you coil in, let right shoulder come down to the mat. Let the head come down. And see if you can level your hips. Maybe tuck the sit bones down towards your knees a little bit. And just press into the mat with the left hand, relaxing the jaw and the face. And then on your next exhale, push down with the left hand. Inhale, reach out and up with the right. Let that hand land. And we'll reach out and up with the left hand. Pressing down with the right hand. Exhale, coil in. Inhale, reaching out and up. Opening all dimensions of the heart. And then exhale, coil in. Once again, reaching out and up. Beautiful. Exhale, coil. Left shoulder comes down, head comes down. Gently tucking the sit bones down towards your knees to level the hips. Release the jaw. And as you exhale, push down with the right hand. Inhale, reach out and up with the left. And then letting that hand come to the mat. We'll curl the toes under and come into down dog. So lifting the knees and the hips. Invite the head to release a little more. And if you'd like to, you can walk in place, bending one knee as one heel presses towards the mat. Letting the toes spread so you can feel that stretch through the bottoms of the feet. And slowly walk feet to hands. And we'll bring the hands to the shins, lifting to a flat back. Breath in. Folding with the breath out. And you can reach forward or out to the side. Whatever helps you open your heart as you float up. Nice. And we'll let the arms come alongside the body. Feel the shoulders hug down. Your weight come towards your toes a little bit with the knees just a little bit soft. Breathing in, arms rise. Breathing out, bend the knees, folding forward. Coming to your flat back, you can bring hands to shins, breath in. And bring the hands to the mat, and we'll step back to the knees. Sit back towards child's pose. And then as you breathe in, see if you can slide your chest along the mat and come into cobra. So thinking like that cobra sliding on the floor. Little heart lift. We'll push back to child's pose. We'll go into that cobra again. So nice and easy. If you need to shift forward and then lower, that's fine too. But if you can do that little, I call it the slither. Lifting the heart. Stay connected to the mat with your feet. Press back to child's pose. We'll do that one more time, coming into that cobra shape. Sliding close to the earth. Feel your belly on the earth. Let the throat come forward, lift the chin slightly. Nice, and then we'll come into child's pose. And curl the toes under, come into down dog. If you need to adjust your stance a little bit, feel free to step the feet in. Releasing the neck and the jaw, bowing head to heart. And then we'll take the feet to the hands. You can just walk them forward. Coming to a flat back, breath in. Folding with the breath out. And you can reach forward or out to the side, rising up. And let the arms come alongside the body. Beautiful. Breath in, feel the rise, feel the spine, lengthen and extend. Exhale, take the forward fold. Finding your flat back, breath in. Hands to the mat. And this time you can step to the knees or to a plank. Shifting forward, we'll lower towards the mat. You can either come into cobra again, or if you want to come to up dog, make sure the kneecaps are lifting off the mat. So if the arms go straight, lift the knees. Yeah. And then we'll come into down dog. Releasing the neck and the jaw. Feel the hips and the shoulders hug towards each other a little bit to lengthen the lower back. Maybe the heels can sink a little bit closer to the mat. Feel the emptiness of your next exhale. And then you can either walk or float the feet to the hands. We'll come to a flat back, breath in. Folding with the breath out. Reaching forward or out to the side. Open heart as you rise. And exhale, coming to that mountain pose, arms alongside the body. Shifting your weight gently towards your toes, ungripping the knees. Beautiful. Now we'll come into a chair pose, so you can bring the big toes together. And as you bend the knees, feel the hips drop down and forward, and the arms come forward, pressing the shoulder blades forward a little bit. So feel the knees spiral in towards each other. Press the shoulder blades forward a little more. Then bring the throat forward to lift the chin. Maybe sink a little deeper. Nice. Exhale, take the forward fold. Release the head and the neck. Come to your flat back, breath in. Hands to the mat. You can step back to plank or float back to low chaturanga. Take your time, shifting forward to lower. Your choice to come to cobra or up dog. And then we'll come to down dog. Inviting the head to release. Letting the toes spread nice and wide so you feel really grounded through the feet. We'll take the right leg up and back. Bring that knee towards your nose and step forward. We'll set up for warrior one. So left heel rooting, each foot on its own track. Rising up, facing the front of the mat. Sink into that right knee. Roll that left thigh forward a little bit. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Stepping back, left foot meeting right. Shifting forward to lower towards your mat. Inhale to your back bend of choice. Exhale to down dog. Heels rooting, head released. Left leg comes up. Knee draws to the nose, stepping forward. Each foot on its own track. Rising with the breath in. Turning that right thigh forward. Press the shoulder blades forward. If you feel your ribs splaying open, see if you can feel them hug in just a little bit. Exhale, hands come to the mat, framing left foot. Stepping to plank. Feel the shift to lower. Breath in to your back bend. Beautiful. Breath out to down dog. And at the end of your exhale, take your feet to your hands, step or float. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, taking the fold. We'll bring the big toes together to set up for chair pose. Sinking to the earth, reaching for the sky. Beautiful. Taking that forward fold, exhale. Inhale, flat back. Taking a step back or float back. Feel the shift to lower. Breath into your back bend. Breath out to down dog. Right leg comes up. Knee draws to nose, stepping forward, setting up for warrior one. Pressing the mat apart with your feet as you rise. So feeling the power and strength through your legs, but the openness, softness through the heart. I will pull the elbows down and let the hands come around behind the lower back. You can interlace the fingers or rest them on the lower back. Hug the shoulders forward, tuck the chin, and folding. Humble warrior. Still sinking into the front knee. Try to turn the back thigh forward a little bit. Nice. And we'll release the hands. Let the left hand come to the mat. And you can either lift the left heel or keep it rooted and reach out and up with the right hand. Beautiful. Nice. Then let the right hand come down. Step to your plank. Feel the shift to lower. Breath in to rock them. And breath out, down and down. Letting left leg rise. Inhale. Knee draws to nose to step forward. Rooting right heel, rise, warrior one. Nice. Beautiful. Pulling the elbows down. Feel the chest open. Hands come around behind you. Hug the shoulders forward. Feeling as if you're hugging your heart as you come into humble warrior. Looking towards your navel. Press the mat apart with your feet. Just activating the legs a little more. Then release the hands to the mat. And then right hand comes to the mat. Left hand reaches up. You can keep right heel rooted or lifted. Beautiful. Both hands come to the mat. Step to your plank. Feel the shift forward to lower towards the mat. Breath into your back up. Breath out, down dog. Releasing the neck and the jaw. Let the breath empty completely. Then step the feet to the hands or float them. Come to your flat back, breath in. Folding with the breath out. Setting up for chair. So big toes coming together. Sinking towards the earth. And reaching up. Nice. Pressing shoulder blades forward. Let the throat come forward to lift the chin. Nice. And then we'll come to standing. Just bringing the palms together in front of the heart. Pressing the shoulders forward and down a little bit. Feel some space come into the back of your heart. Beautiful. So if you imagine the heart as a center point between the earth and the sky, feel that buoyancy of the heart lift you towards the sky as you push down through the balls of your feet into the earth. So feel your heels lift. Great. Helps to focus the eyes on a single point. So you can stay here if you choose, or take the arms forward and up. Nice. See if you can feel the inner thighs hug in towards each other, almost like you're trying to turn your knees in. Nice. Now we'll scoop right arm back, left arm forward. Feel that spiral from the navel, ribs, and chest. Beautiful. Inhale, rising back up, coming back to center. Tuck the sit bones down and under a little more length in your lower back. Then we'll take left arm back, right arm forward. Nice. And rising. Great. And then you can bend the knees. Feel free to bring the heels down if you need that extra balance. Okay, so now we'll let the heels land and come into chair pose. Push the shoulder blades forward a little more. Give some space to your neck. And as you bring the head slightly forward, lift the chin. Nice. Feel the thighs turn in towards each other. Take the heels apart a little bit. Nice. Then just take a forward fold. You can wrap your arms behind the legs or slide the palms under the soles of the feet if that feels nice to you. And if you have the feet or the hands under the feet, you can Massage your wrists with your toes a little bit. Invite the neck to release. Feel the sides of your heart. Nice. And then we'll release the hands. Bring the hands to the shins, a little lift to a flat back. Breathing in. And then shifting your weight to your right foot. We'll step back with the left foot so it lines up with the right. Bring the right hand on the inside of the right calf and push your hips towards the side of your mat. Nice. Now we'll take left arm first up for the ceiling, right over the shoulder. And then as you exhale, push the right shoulder towards your chest, the hips a little bit more towards the side of your mat, and check with the front foot. Is the weight even on that foot? And the back foot is just slightly turned in so you can really press into that heel. Now let the left arm reach towards the top of your mat so the bicep comes against your ear. Feel into whether you want to straighten the right knee or maybe keep it a little bent and go a little deeper into the side bend. The head can release, or you can look towards the ceiling underneath the left armpit. Feel the ribs open, giving space to the heart. Beautiful. Now we'll take the left fingers, curl them in except for the thumb, like you got hitchhiker thumb, and pull that elbow towards your waist and let the hand reach back over your hip. Let the head go a little bit. Nice. Now we'll bend the right knee, and you can either bring right elbow on top of thigh or keep the arm on the inside. Push the hips a little bit towards the left side of the mat. Nice. Left arm will take around behind the lower back. You can take hold of the right inner thigh if you choose, or just rest on the lower back. Push the mat apart with your feet. Relax your jaw. And we'll take this into reverse warrior. So you can reach back with the left hand, up with the right. Feel the right ribs open. I like to press the heel of the right hand towards the ceiling. Nice. Bend the right knee a little more. Feel it spiral open over big toe or second toe. So you feel contraction on the left ribs, space and openness through the right ribs. Beautiful. And then we'll come up. Let the feet turn parallel so you face the side of your mat. And then just a little bit of turn out. We'll bring the hands together over the heart. And feel free to just bring fingertips together if that's more comfortable in your shoulders, or you can bring palms together. Press the arms slightly forward so you can tuck the hips down and under. So notice if your front body ribs are splaying open. If you're feeling that, tuck the sit bones down and under a little bit so you feel your tailbone root down. Front ribs together. So notice if you're arching the back. Nice. Now imagine you're grabbing hold of something in the sky and you're pulling it down, sinking into a squat, bringing the elbows towards your thighs. As you sink down, opening the knees. Now notice if the hips are tilting back, scoop them down and under. So you have a V shape in your elbows. Yeah, and a high squat. Nice. Feel the front ribs tied together like you're doing a crunch. Beautiful. Nice. Then we'll turn the heels apart. Hands can be to the hips. Just take a forward fold. And the hands can be to the mat between the feet, or you can hold the backs of the legs, whatever works for you. Let your weight shift very gently toward your toes to release the neck a little more. Tune into the beat of your heart. Beautiful. Then we'll rise back up to a flat back. You can bring fingertips to the mat and hold on to the legs. Turn the heels in towards each other so you have some turnout. Drop the hips down and forward and Press your palms in front of you to bring you back up. We'll come to warrior two. So turning right foot out, left foot in a little bit. Pressing the mat apart with your feet. Hug the shoulders down and slightly forward. Great. Nice. Bend the right knee a little more. And we'll wiggle left foot towards the right until you feel you're able to balance on your left big toe. Push the right hand up towards the ceiling. Feel the ribs open. The left hand presses down towards that ankle. And then see if you can contract the left ribs a little more by pushing that hand down to lift the leg. Then you can feel into the tilt, variation of half moon. Nice. Left thigh can roll down a little bit. Open the right ribs. Contract the left ribs. That's what's going to create stability. Then we'll swim the right arm back. Roll left thigh down to warrior three. Nice. We'll bring the feet together. We'll bring the hands together at the heart. Just noticing your heartbeat again. The weight shifting towards your toes to ground you. Feeling that connection of your heart as the center between earth and sky. And we'll come onto the tippy toes, taking the arms forward and up, and let that lift you. Hug the inner thighs as if you're trying to spiral the knees back. So you're grounding the big toes. And we'll take left arm back, right arm forward. Feel free to keep the gaze forward if that helps your balance. Inhale, rising back up, coming back to center. Right arm back, left arm forward. Feel the rotation from the belly button up. Nice. And coming back to center. Bending the knees. Pressing shoulders forward. Then heels can land. Chair pose. Exhale, take the forward fold. And hug the legs or slide palms under the soles of the feet. Invite the head to release. Maybe keep the knees a little bit soft. Nice. Then we'll release the hands, lifting to flat back. Hands to shins. And we'll step right foot back, aligning with the left heel. Left hand comes to the inside of the calf. Hips press towards the right side of the mat. You want to push the mat apart with your feet and let that right hand reach up over the shoulder. Nice. Hug the left shoulder in towards your chest, palm against the calf. So that internal rotation of the bottom arm, external rotation of the top arm. Nice. Let the hips push a little more towards the right side of the mat. As that arm comes overhead, bicep against the ear, palm facing the floor. Nice. You can release the head or look up underneath the right armpit. Feel into straightening the right knee a little bit. Nice. Then we'll curl the right fingers in except for the thumb. Pull that elbow towards your waist. Reaching back over the hip with the right hand. Nice. And bending left knee. Left elbow can be on top of the thigh or come to the inside of the thigh. Right arm can wrap behind the lower back. The head can release to the left. So see if you can feel the left side of your heart open, or right side, excuse me. As you open the rib cage on that side, feel the space come around the heart. Beautiful. We'll reach back with the right hand, reach up with the left hand, coming into our reverse warrior. So feeling that contraction through the right ribs, openness through the left ribs, sink into the left knee. Yeah, beautiful. Activate your feet by pushing them out apart. Notice if the ribs are trying to splay open in the front. Just gently hug them in. Open the back of your heart a little more. Then we'll rise, turning feet parallel. Just a little bit of turnout, and let the hands come overhead. You can bring tippy fingers together or palms together. Press the shoulders forward so you feel your heart open in your back. Tuck the hips down and under. Nice. Feel the temple of your heart. And we'll pull the elbows down, sinking into our squat. So high squat. Elbows can even touch your ribs. Tuck the hips down and forward, lengthen lower back, like you're doing a bit of a crunch. Press the shoulders forward slightly. So if you're arching the lower back, see if you can feel the front ribs hug towards each other and the elbows come forward just a little bit more. Maybe sink a little deeper into that squat. Notice the tension in your inner thighs, your hamstrings. Invite it to release just a little bit. We'll bring hands to hips, push the heels apart so feet come parallel, and take the fold. Then have the hands between the feet or holding the legs. And if you have the hands between the feet and you rock your weight towards your toes, if that naturally brings the back of the head to the floor, you can just enjoy that without putting too much pressure on the head. Just creating space in the back of the heart. Hug your shoulders a little bit towards your hips. Do a little check-in. Are your hips level or are they shifting to one side? And we'll take the hands forward, lifting to a flat back, breath in. Turn the heels apart or in towards each other as you bend the knees. We'll push the palms forward to come all the way back up. Coming into warrior two. So left foot turns out, right foot turns in. Hug the shoulders down towards the hips and just a little bit forward. Nice, and then you can heel toe right foot in until you're able to come onto that big toe. Then push the left palm up towards the ceiling, right palm down towards your ankle. So you feel the open space in the left ribs, contraction in the right ribs. And it's that contraction in the right ribs that lifts the leg. Left foot's going to want to turn in, so just be aware of that. Yeah, reach down with the right hand so you feel those ribs working. Nice. And we'll swing left arm back. We'll right thigh down for a warrior three. And feet can come together. Hands come to the heart. Beautiful. Nice. So we'll take the arms out and up, gathering that energy from the sky and then bringing it to the heart as you take a forward fold. We'll come to a flat back with the breath in. And you can move through a vinyasa if you choose, or just step to down dog. Maybe come into child's pose if you need to take a little rest. Just tune into your breath. Feel the heels rooting once you come to your down dog. Nice. So we'll come to the knees. And just have your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Take the right leg back and let it lift level with the hip. Check in to the lower back. Is the lower back starting to arch? Are the shoulder blades starting to collapse together? Push the hands against the mat. Feel your chest muscles active. Roll the right thigh in and tuck that sit bone down just a little bit, just to give a little more space in the lower back. Gazing just beyond the top of your mat, head aligned with the spine. You can bend the right knee, reaching the toes for the ceiling. Feel your weight shift to your right hand, so left hand can come around to take the right foot. And notice if the back dropped again. If you came into a back arch, push into the right hand, chest muscles active. Push the right knee down level with the hip, tucking the hips down to feel the belly lift. Gently releasing hand and knee. And we'll go to the other side. Taking left leg back, lifting it level with the hip. Active chest muscles, drop that sit bone down. And then bend the knee, shifting your weight to your left hand. Right hand reaches for the left foot. Once you have the foot, tuck that sit bone down. Push into the floor with the left hand. Yeah. Nice and easy, releasing. We'll take a sit back towards child's pose. Beautiful. So now we'll slowly roll to sitting on the heels. And this is where you can use your blocks. So you can bring your blocks to the outsides of your hips or so. And then we'll come to standing on the knees. And you can have your knees hip distance apart. If you're tight in the front of your hips, you could take them a little bit wider. Nice. Now see if your ribs are pushing outward. You can even use your hands to hug them in a little bit. Nice. Now we'll take the arms forward. Press the shoulders forward as the hands start to come up. Nice. Now we'll grab hold with the hands, make a fist, pull the elbows down, feel the chest lift without pushing the ribs forward. That's challenging. Maybe push the hips forward to help support. Then we'll reach forward and up, breath in, grabbing hold, and pulling down. Nice. One more time, breath in, grabbing hold, pulling down. Tuck the chin as you reach your fingertips down towards the floor. See if you can find your blocks. You might need to adjust them a little bit so you can find them easily with your fingertips. Nice. Now notice if the top of the hip wanted to roll forward and push forward. Instead, feel the pubic bone push forward and just press your fingertips into the blocks. Feel the shoulders push forward slightly. Feel the hips push forward slightly. Then bring the throat forward to lift the chin. And then if your hands comfortably can come flat to your blocks, you can go there. Nice. If you have the flexibility without collapsing your back, you can bring your hands to your heels. It can help to curl the toes under. Notice if you're folding your back in half, you want to feel the chest lift. Okay? So the ribs will splay open if you're folding in half. Yeah, it can also help to push your shoulders forward a little bit. Let the throat come forward as you lift the chin. Nice. And if you have the heels, just gently pushing them apart with your hands, but they resist. Yeah, breathe right into the center of your heart. Feel all the dimensions of your heart. Try to resist throwing the head back. Lift the throat so you can create space for your breath. Nice. And then we'll inhale to rise. Uncurl the toes and just take a gentle sit. Hips on the heels. You can put your blocks aside. Nice. And just let your hands come to your thighs. Hug the shoulders down towards your hips. Let the lower back release. Feeling this warrior coming into hero pose. So that open-heartedness, but stability and strength and power, the ability to adapt and move in any direction. Beautiful. And then we'll gently fold to child's pose. If you'd like to bring the hands alongside the legs, feel free to do that, or you can reach them overhead, whatever feels nourishing to you. Invite the jaw to be soft. Feel the space around your heart. Maybe noticing where you tend to collapse against your heart. Is it in the side body? Is it the back or the front? So we'll bring the hands just slightly in front of the head. And we'll do our slither to the belly. So just sliding forward. And take a moment. Cobra, pressing down with the feet. Maybe take the hands up. Nice. Feel as if the breath is stretching you from your toes to your crown. And exhale. Relax down. You can turn your head to one side. So let's all turn the head to the right. And gently bend the right knee. Reach around with the right hand to take that foot. And first we'll just pull that heel in towards the hip. Let the left hand extend overhead, pushing that shoulder down towards the mat. Check and see if you're rolling to your left side. Maybe push the right hip down to the floor a little bit. Nice, and let the head come center, lifting the chest and the head. Then lift the left arm. Push the right foot against the right arm and let the right arm straighten. And let the left leg come up. Let the throat come forward to lift the chin. Nice. Roll the left thigh in a little bit. Press the pubic bone down. See if you can feel a little more lift with the breath in through the heart. And then exhale. Release down. Gently release the leg. We'll turn the head to the left. Gently bending the left knee. Taking the foot with the left hand. Drawing the heel towards the hip. Checking that your weight's even on your hips. Then let the head center. And as you lift the heart and the head, you can take right arm up, right leg up, pushing left foot back, straightening the arm. Rolling the thighs in. Let the throat come forward to lift the chin. Feel the top of your heart open. Exhale, slowly come down. We'll take both arms overhead, let the forehead come to the mat. Press down with your feet and the pubic bone. Let the shoulders push into the mat and slightly back towards the hip. As you breathe in, let everything lift. Exhale, imagine you're grabbing hold of something, pulling the elbows towards the waist. Maybe feel the heart lift a little more. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, pull elbows to waist. Maybe the legs lift a little more as you pull back. Nice. Reach in one more time. Tuck the chin slightly as you pull the elbows back. Bend the knees. Reach around for your feet or ankles. If they don't meet, that's okay. You can just reach in that direction. If they do, pull the heels toward your hips, but resist with the feet. Let that lift the chest. Press the throat forward to lift the chin. Hug the shoulders down towards the mat. See if that helps the thighs come up. Breathe into the heart. Feel the space in the top and the bottom of the heart. Sides, front. Exhale, releasing. You can hug the heels towards your hips and then let them go. The head can rest on your hands, or you can bring the arms alongside your body. Relax the jaw, the shoulders. Just notice any tension around the heart or the throat even. As you bring your head center, bring the hands next to the ribs. And you can lift to cobra or upward facing dog. If your arms are straight, try to lift those kneecaps so you don't overarch the lower back. Push the sit bones down and forward. Then you can open the heart a little more. Nice. Then we'll take it to down dog. Gazing towards the navel, release the neck. Beautiful. So if you have a jump through, feel free to take a jump through. Otherwise, you can just bring your feet to your hands. And from that forward bend, just step one foot behind the other and come down to a seat. Beautiful. So we'll take the legs out. Just relax the feet. Feel your sit bones and tailbone rooting down. And imagine you're bringing the crown of your head towards your knees as the hands swipe towards your calves or your heels. And once you got a good grip on your legs or your heels, hug the shoulders towards your hips a little bit. Tuck the chin into the notch between your collarbones. So you're opening the back of the skull, back of the neck. This is where we tend to store a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. So just let that release. Feel the energy of your heart washing from the back of your heart up through the back of your neck into the base of your brain. That self-love of the heart, gently massaging the brain through that rhythm of your heartbeat. Nice. And we'll keep holding the legs. Lift the head and shoulders. Just feel that little stretch through the upper back. And we'll release the hands, bring them behind. Walk them back a little bit, fingers facing forward, and then bend the knees, letting them come about hip distance apart, parallel to the sides of your mat. Nice. And we'll push the shoulders towards the knees. Tuck the chin, feel that kind of scoop the belly in. And then feel as if you're scooping your sit bones towards your knees as you lift. And when you bring the head back, try to bring the throat forward to tilt the chin back. So you don't just drop the head back and force your neck to hold the weight of your head. Nice. Push the shoulders towards your knees a little more. Nice. Push the heels into the mat as if you're trying to push them apart. You can gently grip the mat with your toes just to support your ankles and your knees. One more lift, breathing in. Open the front of the heart. Exhale, slowly release down. Nice. And we'll come onto the tippy toes. So some options here. One, you can just hold the back of the thighs. The other, you can bring the arms on the insides of the legs and take your heels. Keep coiling in, pushing the shoulders down, and feel for your sit bones and see if you can take your toes up. Maybe stay there. Maybe shins come parallel to the floor. If you have the heels, maybe straighten the legs. If you have the legs straight, press through the balls of the feet as you spread your toes like you're pushing a gas pedal. Lift through the heart. Let the breath. So notice if you're on your tailbone. you're on your tailbone, you'll tend to collapse the front body. So shift towards your sit bones a little bit. Lift the chest as you pull against the heels. Susanna, try turning your hands the other way. That helped me. Yeah, there you go. And hold the heels and point the feet and spread the toes. Like you're pushing a gas pedal. There you go. That will help the chest lift a little more. Hug the shoulders down. Let the throat come forward, lift the chin. Nice. Gently bend the knees. And as they come flat, just let the arms wrap around the shins. You can tuck the chin, hug the shoulders down. And again, feel the beat of your heart wash up through the neck, through the base of your brain. Nice. And now we'll scoot towards the front of the mat and ease onto the back. So give yourself some room behind your head. So we're going to be going into shoulder stand and then into plow. So if you know you want to go into plow, you just want to make sure you have some space behind your head. Okay. So first, let's bring the hands together over the chest, reaching for the ceiling. Feet are hip distance apart and parallel to each other. Reach for the ceiling with the fingertips so you feel your shoulder blades come off the floor. And as you press the heels into the mat, feel the lower back flatten. Press the back of the head into the floor. And just feel that lengthening of the spine. Keep the lower back flat, head pressing into the floor as the hands come next to the hips. Let the shoulders push into the mat, arms push into the mat as you extend the legs for the ceiling. Aligning knees and feet over the hips. Welcome to stay here. You're going the next step. Just keep pressing the arms into the floor as the feet come towards your head. Once the hips come up, you can catch them. Fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades and elbows hugging towards each other. Keep pressing the back of the head into the floor. And if you choose to go deeper, feel the sit bones tuck up towards the ceiling as you hug inner thighs together. Then the hands might walk closer to the ribs, pressing the feet away from the head so they align back over your hips, creating space in the neck. Nice. And just feel the side ribs open as you hug shoulder blades together. If you're coming into plow, you can keep the legs straight, hugging inner thighs together as you bring the feet behind the head. Or maybe bend the knees, bring them to your chest first. Then feel into bringing the toes to the floor behind the head. Then maybe straighten the legs. And once you're in your plow, breathe into the back of your heart. Press the head into the mat. Tuck the sit bones towards the sky just a little bit more. Let your breath come into those vertebrae that feel a little collapsed, giving some buoyancy and space there. Relax your jaw. Take your time when you're ready to come down. Let the hands be your brakes. Nice. And then we'll bend the knees, feet hip distance apart again, and parallel to each other. We'll bring the hands together over the chest again, reaching for the ceiling. Flatten the lower back. Press the back of the head into the floor. Hug the shoulders towards your knees just a little bit. From here, we'll come to either bridge or wheel. So we've been doing a lot of heart openers. If you want to give wheel a try, then you return the palms towards the ceiling. Bend the elbows. And as the palms come to the floor next to your head, fingers face the shoulders, thumbs face the ears. Feel the shoulder blades lift off the mat as you push your elbows towards the ceiling. Keep the lower back flattened as you press into the heels, peeling the spine off the mat. Then press into the hands to lift the head and shoulders. Okay. And if you're in wheel, once you come up, there's a tendency for the feet to turn out. So push the heels into the mat and push them apart a little bit. Maybe feel into straightening the knees. Invite the head to relax. Jaw release, eyebrows soft. Feel the space, all dimensions of your heart, top and bottom, sides, back, front. When you're ready to come down, exhale. Tuck the chin. Head comes down, shoulders come down, spine comes down. And then from here, we'll bring the knees over the hips, hands onto the knees. Gently push the knees against the hands. Nice. And then just let the knees gently rest to your chest. Expand the arms out to the side. And we'll take the knees to the right first. Just let them come all the way to the floor. Then the right shoulder can slide out to the right just a little bit to help the left shoulder come down. Feel into turning the head to the left or the right. See what feels more nourishing to you. Nice. I'm just feeling that gentle squeeze this twist creates around the heart. Use the exhale to come back to center. Realigning the hips and the shoulders before you come to the left. Nice and easy. Exhale to the left. Left shoulder can come out to the left a little bit. Tuck the right shoulder, come down. Turning the head to the right or the left, whatever feels better to you. Again, just feeling that contraction against the heart, that gentle squeeze, helping to release any stale energy. Exhale back to center. And you can either hug the knees or take a happy baby, holding the calves or the heels, the arms on the inside of the legs. And feel free to rock a little bit. And then we'll stretch the legs out on the mat. Coming into Shavasana. And once you have the legs out, snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you, turning the palms towards the sky. Just let the natural turnout of your legs come in. The eyes gently close. Let all the tension release from your toes and your ankles and your knees. Feel your hips spread wide across the mat. Feel the belly and chest softly moving with your breath. The shoulders soft. Elbows release. Letting any gripping in the wrists or fingers release. And maybe you move the jaw softly to let it release. Letting the tongue gently move and then relax. Gently blinking the eyelids, letting them soften, closed. Moving the eyes around and then letting them relax into the sockets. Releasing tension, from your forehead, your temples, and your crown. Tuning your inner awareness to the beat of your heart. And with that focus on the heart, call to mind either someone that you love or something that brings you joy. And allow that love or joy in your heart to radiate through your body with your breath, so that you feel that love and joy in your heart infusing every cell, flowing deep into your bones. Feeling yourself as love, as joy. And over your next few breaths, as they begin to deepen, inspire some movement to gently return to fingers and toes, maybe the eyelids. And just staying with that loving presence in your heart as you roll to your side and come up to a seat. So as we complete our practice with the round of Om, let's send that love that we're feeling really to ourselves, expressing this Om as loving awareness. Relaxing the belly as you breathe in. Om. Thank you all so very much for your practice this morning. Namaste. Wish you all a beautiful day, beautiful weekend. I'll be around tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock if you want to join me. We'll be on Zoom instead of YouTube. Have a great one, everyone. Oh, and tomorrow evening we'll have an event out at Fort Reno Park in Tenleytown. So Gopi will be sharing a practice and Gauravani will be sharing live music. So check that out on the website if you want to join us.